about me. Thank you, Cheryl, for that lovely introduction. So I'm Emma. I've been in the business for 3 years now, and I'm at supervisor level. So being entirely honest with you, I have been treating my business like a hobby. It was a bit of extra money, which I'm sure there are some of you that can kind of associate with. But now I've decided it's time to take it to the next level. Hence why I'm standing up here today, and I'm so glad I'm wearing a long dress because you can't see my knees knocking together. But thank you so much to Natalie and Bob and the team for giving me the absolute privilege of being up here today. So, as Cheryl said, I'm going to be chatting about experience packs. So, experience packs is something that I have to be honest with and say that I've kind of dabbled in and out of. But since QLS at the beginning of the year, it gave me a good kick up the backside, and I've done them much more consistently since I've come back, and I've seen a huge difference in my retail activity. So why are they important? Well, they're an invaluable retail activity. They're basically a silent partner. They can be doing the work for you while you're doing other activities. They're an immediate income producing activity because you get your Start Your Journey pack. So within that pack, you've got all of those products that are sat there that you can then use to be able to make into experience packs to give out to people. It doesn't need to be all singing, all dancing. It doesn't need to be something that's flashy that you're going out there spending lots of money on. Essentially, we're in this to be making money, not to be spending money. But you do have to view it as a little bit of an investment within your business. And when you first start putting your experience packs together, that's exactly what it should be. It should be an investment within your business. It's not a hard sell activity, and that's what I really like about it. So, I am quite a kind of shy person, although my friends might not say so. But I'm not a salesperson. I'm a nurse practitioner in my daily life, so I don't have any sales background. So this, to me, just feels entirely natural, and hopefully it will for you too. It's a chance to be able to provide unique customer care and to make your customers feel completely special. So you go into the big chains, you don't feel special. You buy a product, that's your product bought. You don't get any kind of TLC or any sort of nice treatment as a result of it. And the way that you need to view experience packs is that you're simply offering them an opportunity to try our amazing products for free. And you're going to get their feedback. And if you're already a product of the product, then you know that our products are amazing. So you can then pass that over to them and give them that information. So who are you actually going to offer them to? So all too often in this business, one of the objections that I'm sure we all hear is that I don't know enough people. I don't have a big enough network. So I would always say to start local and start close to home. So by that, I mean, look at the people that you've got right in front of you, your friends, your family, your neighbours. You've got a ready-made network on your doorstep. Use them. It's not like you're asking them to do anything like doing a bungee jump or anything that's major like that. You're just asking them to try some products. So use your friends and families and neighbours. Use people that you see on a regular basis and that you have a relationship with. So it might be work colleagues, it might be gym buddies, it might be whatever your hobbies are. People that you see, maybe if you go to weekly classes, there's always going to be people around that you can then take the opportunity to ask if they would like to try. Use your who do you know list. So your who do you know list is obviously hugely important within our business. And again, for me at QLS, I had a real light bulb moment about my who do you know list. I think I'd been a little bit fearful of my who do you know list because I was viewing it as a prospecting list, and these were people that I was going to offer the business opportunity to. However, QLS kind of gave me that light bulb moment that actually my who do you know list is full of people that might be interested in trying the products, that might be interested in the business, but also that might just be interested in being a part of what we actually do. So your who do you know list is something that shouldn't seem scary to you, but should be something that you're utilising constantly. And then we've obviously got referrals, which I'll come on to a little bit more in the pickup section. So what do you actually need to get started for your experience packs? So when this list all kind of comes together on the actual slide, you might be sat there thinking, well, actually, a few minutes ago, she just said that we're in this to make money, not to spend money. But this is, although it's quite a lengthy list, it's not hugely expensive. It's a list that you will be able to reuse. So when you make that first little bit of an investment, then you can reuse most of the things that are a part of it. So when I first started in the business, we had lots of different ways that we would do experience packs, and we would have baskets, we would have little zip-up kind of big pencil cases and all of that kind of thing, and none of them really worked for me. So essentially what I would say is find something that works for you. We have fantastic tools within our wholesale site at the moment. So we've got our Forever Experience bags. I actually meant to bring some with me today, but in all the kind of nervousness, totally forgot. But hopefully you'll have seen them on your website. So you've got your Forever Experience bags, which are the reusable and slightly more durable ones. And they're only £2 each. So if you bought a couple of those, then you can reuse them. Obviously, in time, they're maybe going to start to take effect from a bit of wear and tear, but you can reuse them, so it's just that one initial outlay. If you're not so keen on those, you've obviously got the small gift bags that we have within our wholesale site as well, and you can pick up a pack of 5 for £1.50, so they're not expensive. But the thing that I like now about using these for my experience packs is that I'm actually advertising the company when I'm taking that experience pack to someone. So depending on your meetup venue, then you're maybe passing people in the street, you're maybe passing people in a public place, and the bag's actually doing a bit of advertising for you at the same time. And a couple of times I have had someone come up to me and say, "What's that in your bag?" So it does work. I always like to make it a little bit of an extra special treat for them. So I always add in one of our Aloe Blossom tea bags. And again, if you're sitting at assistant supervisor level, these are £9.11 at wholesale. Box of 25 tea bags, break it down, 34p for one tea bag. And that might then lead you on to have a person who then becomes a regular user of the tea bags. So you've got to think about your kind of long-term gain as well from these short-term activities. Having an Aloe Life in it is priceless, I think, because while they're sitting enjoying the products, they can then be flicking through the actual magazine. There'll be other products in there that are not as a part of the experience pack, and they might then turn around and say to you, "Oh, actually, I've been reading about that. Can I get a wee try of that?" Or even better, "I'd maybe just like to go ahead and purchase one." So an Aloe Life is absolutely invaluable to have in there. And again, they're £4.50 for 10, so only 45p each. You want to have a brochure in it so that people can obviously read a little bit more information about the actual product that they're trying, and then have a flick through it, and again, maybe do that kind of whole system again of, "Oh, I've seen this in your brochure, I'd quite like to try that." If you're new in the business and you've got your Start Your Journey pack, then obviously you've got brochures within that, so there's no outlay there. But again, costs are kept down because you can purchase 5 for £2.50 from your wholesale site. I always like to put in a couple of little chocolates, so I don't buy anything that's majorly expensive. You're thinking maybe a box of Heroes, Celebrations, Ferrero Rocher, something like that, and just put a couple in each one so that they can enjoy it with their cup of tea. I like putting in handwritten thank you cards as well, because I think it just gives them that little bit of a personal touch. And you can buy lots of blank cards in the supermarkets these days in multi-packs. A smile or a business card is really important to put in as well. Although you'll have been conversing with them before the experience pack's gone out, it gives them an opportunity to be able to go onto your retail site rather, if you've got that on your business card, and it also gives them a point of contact. So if they've got any questions, then they can ask you those while they've got the products. Again, something I used to do in the beginning was fire as many different products into the bag as I thought I could, because then I thought it would open up their exposure to the product, and it would hopefully then bring more for me in terms of retail. But actually, I would find that they just wouldn't have enough time to be able to try all of those products. So I would always recommend maybe putting in about 2 to 4 products, and then again, with your experience, your Start Your Journey pack, you can split those into lots of different experience packs. Feedback forms is something that you might want to consider the use of, and again, it was something that I used initially. I've used things from notepads to feedback forms to all different kinds of ideas. But to be honest now, and this was thanks to Natalie for this idea, but I now just ask their opinion when I pick up the experience pack, and then when I get home, I jot it down on a wee profiling sheet so that I can then, as we get new products that come out, as we always do, I can then look back and see whether or not there's any products that they would be interested in trying as a result of their feedback. So when you come to getting started, you don't want it to be a kind of rush job. You don't want to just be throwing the products out to the person. So you want to do a bit of preparation for it beforehand. So we've already said your products that you might have, you'll want to split into 3 or 4 packs. You should always have your customer in mind when you're actually putting together this experience pack. So it's really good to ask them a few questions. What do they actually like using? What would they like to try? And what do they currently use? And then that way it'll give you a bit of a kind of baseline for what you're going to put together for them. And you know then that they're going to enjoy it. Dropping the experience pack off, again, is really important. You want to make sure that you arrange a mutually convenient time and place. So you want it to be a situation that can be, you're not going to be distracted, essentially. So if it's a big, busy, loud place, you want to be sure that you can actually chat to each other. You want to make sure that you're giving yourself a good window of time to be able to do it. You don't want to be rushing, oh, I'm sorry, I've got to dash off to swimming lessons with my little one or whatever. You want to be able to offer them that window of time to make them feel special again. And you obviously want to be the best version of you. You're an ambassador and you represent your own health and wellbeing business, but you also represent the company as well. So it's really important to give off the right kind of representation. One of the things that I always like to do, if I can, is take each of the products out of the bag individually and go through them with them, explain all the products to them, explain the benefits, and then explain how to use them. And if we're in an environment where it's possible, then I always leave the products out of the bag, because I think that way they're less likely, once you've left, to pick up the bag, put it to the side, go back to their day-to-day activities, and forget all about the fact that you've given them that bag of goodies. Not all situations will allow you to be able to do that, but if you can, I think it's really worthwhile. And then you want to take along your secret weapon. So we all know that our secret weapon is our infamous aloe vera drinking gel. So you want to take along a bottle of that. These days I tend to take along the berry nectar because it seems to be a little bit more palatable for most people. And I would then take along a couple of shot glasses, have a shot with them, and explain the benefits of them. And hopefully in turn they would then become a gel drinker as well. So the actual pickup of the experience pack, again, the same kind of first 3 principles. Arrange that mutually convenient time and place. Make sure that you've got a good window of time, and be the best version of yourself. And this is when I then like to get their feedback and find out exactly what it was that they liked. So again, I always ask them first, what product did you like the best? Why did you like that one the best? And then I'm kind of mentally taking notes so that I can jot that down when I get home and build a little bit of a profile for them. Then it comes to the point where you're asking about referrals. So they must have friends and family that enjoy health and wellbeing products, enjoy different kind of skincare. So I then at that point ask them if they've got anybody in mind that they could recommend to try one of our experience packs. And I usually ask for about between 3 and 5 people. As a little bit of a reward for that, I then quite often either maybe give them 10% off their order, or I'll put in a wee freebie with their order, so I'll maybe give them a wee aloe lips or something. It doesn't have to be something extravagant, it's just something to acknowledge the fact that they're helping you grow your network and your business. So, as we've already said, the products do exactly the job for you. They speak for themselves, and we know that because we absolutely love our amazing products. It might feel a little bit like this is one of the activities that takes up a little bit longer, time-wise, in terms of all of your activities, but you've got to put in that effort to then get the long-term return from it. And when you put in that effort, as I said at the beginning, you can then be pottering about doing other activities as well. Let the products do the work for you. Let their superior quality speak on behalf of themselves. And I would always say to aim to have 2 or 3 out a week. I would always say to plan your diary well, know exactly who your next experience pack's going out to, who it's when you're then going to pick it up, and make sure you've got a good kind of cycle that's happening with your experience packs. And always remember that, as with all of our activities, you'll win some, you'll lose some. If someone doesn't place an order as a result of it, it's not the end of the world. You've still done your job by getting those products into that person's hand.